Alright everybody, Baron here, and welcome back to St. Toastberg, where we are working on Toast Island. As you can see over here, we've got some towers going up. We've got... Ooh, it's a portcullis here. We're gonna have a little bit of a gate. Oh yeah, alright, well, where's all my workers at? We've got no idle people, but we've got a couple... What? I just dealt with a Viking invasion. That's what we're... Good lord. Yeah, and I think we've actually seen, like, Vikings, like, cross the river. Like, walking over it. So there's still a few things that need to be done. But anyway, one of the reasons that I haven't played Kingdoms and Castles in a little bit was that I was waiting for the ports update. So let's see where these... Actually, wait a minute. I don't really have the time. You know what we need is a square, so that I can attract more people. Because I'm trying to fortify this before I start to expand elsewhere. Outwards, onwards, and upwards. So let's see, we've only got 2 Viking armies here. On 2 ships. There's no others. So it looks like they're both going for over here. Do we have a gate up? We do have a gate up. Now, if they cross that water without crossing the bridge and they try to cheat... I'm gonna be a little upset because they should have just landed here, honestly, in my opinion. Look at this, we've protected over here. We could put a gatehouse there eventually. But we do have to figure out. I mean, I don't have the means. All of our workers are over here building that, but it's clear that this is the weaker area. So let's see what happens. I'm actually not sure. Do the gates close and then they cheat? Do the Vikings cheat? Oh wait, are they marching? They're burning things. My people are running. You better close those gates. I mean, I understand people are going outside. Close the gates. What are you... Wait a minute. What on earth? They just went around it. They literally just... I don't understand. The Vikings are cheaters, man. The Vikings are cheaters. We luckily have a tower right here. So it should help a little bit. Did we lose anything to fires? It doesn't look like. If we lose the stockpile, I'll be a little upset. And by a little, I mean quite greatly upset. And we've got this tower. I think we should be fine. But the strange thing about this is that we're trying to fortify this island with these Vikings. They don't care about gatehouses. Alright, kill this guy. We could always build an army as well. And an army would help in certain situations. So we've dealt with that Viking invasion. We've got 5 idle people. These towers are going up because I did want to... We've got a gatehouse, so basically you can't put a gatehouse over the water, which I think you should be able to, if there's like a bridge, but maybe a drawbridge or a specific type of bridge would allow you to do that. That would be something cool. So let's see. Those towers are going up rather very slowly. So I think that what we have to do is eventually move the woodcutters over here and then scrap all this forest because it's going to allow us to have a lot more buildable room. And in fact, I think we might want to do that now. So let's go ahead and close it. And how's our wood? Our wood's at 767. Our wood's fine. What the heck? You're burning my castle? What happens if the castle catches on fire? I've never seen that before. Like, do you lose? I guess, would you have to build a new one? Alright, so now what we're gonna have to do is literally chop. I wonder if you could have like a faster way to chop literally all of this wood. Because we need all this wood out of here. We are deforesting this area because we're gonna expand the kingdom. Alright, so we'll start with that. We've got the 1 woodcutter. I think that's fine. That will give it a... Oh my. We have quite a few free hands now, so we can definitely. I'm gonna continue chopping. But so anyway, guys, what I want to know is, well, first off, in general, I'm curious when this port. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to keep that going. I wanted to. I'm curious when the port update is gonna happen. Look at this. This gatehouse is significantly better than the other 2 that we have on this island, but it's clear that we've got to create a wall all along this river because the Vikings are cheaters and we don't like cheaters. But you can see in certain spots it's going to be kind of tricky and it's going to be quite expensive. So what I'm trying to do is just create the basic defense at first. Yeah, like putting a wall here. If I don't put one there, will they be able to break in? Will I have to build, you know, it's like, what do we do? I guess the first thing to do is to chop all of this on the sides so that we can build the wall. We are building a great wall. And yeah, I'm a little distracted, guys, I'll be honest with you, because I saw on Twitter that Charlottesville was trending. I spent a lot of my time working, and I'll be honest, I'll be the first one to admit I should probably keep a better eye on like what's happening in the real world. But I'm relatively devoted to, you know, this channel and this job and just kind of the goals and aspirations that I have for it. So I missed some news, and I'll be honest, I see a lot of things trend on Twitter, and then I realize what's happening from Twitter, not necessarily from, you know, watching conventional television-based news. I'm wondering if this wall... But yeah, there's this whole thing going on in Charlottesville, and then there's all this YouTube drama going on. It's just like, what is going on, man? And why is everybody always mad at each other? You know what I mean? It's very strange, to say the least. Look at this stockpile. It's just overflowing. So now that that's done, we've got, what, how many? I think we should focus on defenses. We're going to have that one tall. 1, 2, 1, 2. And we'll let that go for now. That needs to be constructed because that's where the Vikings are getting in right now. We've basically got to plug the gaps. And who caught the farm on fire? I always thought there's an arsonist. You know, I think there's an arsonist. They've never said that there is or is not, right? Look at this. All of our spare workers are actually pumping out this wall relatively quickly. So I think that we've got we kind of expanded stone quarries over here. We've got 2 of them. And, but now then there's this copper. Iron mine, rather. Not copper. The Copper Age. We are past the Copper Age. We're in the Iron Age. Was there ever a Copper Age? I think there was, right? It was kind of a minor age, right? So... The year 76. 14 people visited, but none could find a home. We need more homes. Well, how's the food? The food situation probably needs to get upped a bit. So we could put some farms here. Is this... fertile? It is fertile, indeed. So let's do that. Let's put a few... I could have put an orchard there, but I decided not to, you know? Deal with it. And there's a few farms here. It's, maybe we could always, you know, close them later, right? But so, if I was the Vikings, once this wall's complete, you know, where's the easy place to attack? This one has no gates, and there's this area here, and there's really only 2 towers to stop it, so I feel like we might need a tower somewhere here. Or we could build like a mini wall temporarily, I've thought about, while we focus on the interior, because... And then use this as like agriculture out here. It is mostly fertile with a few barren spots. And then, I know you can build a moat. Let's go ahead and just pause this real quick. I think that there's a feature... I thought there was. I was hoping. Yeah, you can build a moat, but it requires a chamber of war. We probably need a chamber of war, actually. The chamber of war. And that recruits soldiers. Oh, not the soldiers, but it recruits... It unlocks ballistas, barracks, and moats. And army generals. That's where you get your army generals. So it's like... All of this has to be... I guess you could have it out here, maybe? We've got a lot of decisions to do. And then we've got to prioritize things, you know... but I know we would like a town square. Let's chop that tree. Let's continue the chopping. There we go. That'll be focused on for now. But you can see that this island is becoming probably the best defended spot, or has the potential to be the best defense that we have ever made. Now, what I'm kind of curious is, what if I were to make something like this? To connect the wall this way? I'm kind of curious to do that and then have this as like a protected harbor. I think that would be kind of a cool idea. But to do that, it would be incredibly expensive. We would have to use piers, and you can see that they... Oh, you know what? We're actually relatively low on stone. We're only at 213, and we've got a lot to wall off. So let's check kind of what is the reason for that. I think that this thing is full right now. So what we're going to do... is we are going to create another stockpile because they're just running a very long distance. There we go. We'll put him there. Put her there, partner. We do need some towers. And the thing that I didn't really realize is, let's see. How many people are used? If we click on another tower, there's 2 workers. So every time we build a tower, but I know we need one here at least. I'm gonna put one on the top. There we go. That's a nice solid tower. And I'm wondering, should we put one here or put one here? But yeah, we definitely need 2 towers. And then this becomes I've noticed that the AI searches for the weak spots, right? So now that this is considered one of the stronger points, I would say, I'm thinking they would land maybe on the island. I don't know where they're gonna land when we actually wall off the entirety of this place. Actually, they might send trolls at that point. So we will need ballistas to basically deal with those miscreants, those Viking incursions. But this is a game that I really love, and I'll be honest, like, the only criticism I have of the game right now is rather selfish. I just wish that the updates came faster so that I could play more and make more episodes on it, because I really enjoy this game. I'm wondering if I should put a pier here. Then we could wrap around without having to. But look at all this arable farmland. It's like, could we also put piers here? Is it worth it to have this? But I'm thinking eventually farmland is gonna mostly go outside of the walls, and inside will be cities. So I don't think we have to worry about that. How are we doing on food? Where's the other granary posted? Oh, I guess we've got this giant one, right? Yeah, I guess. Wait a minute. Do we have 2? Am I not aware of where I put another granary? I don't think so. Alright, well, onwards to chopping. So anyway, guys, how are you guys doing this weekend? What have you guys been up to? I'm trying to think of, like, things that I'm excited for. I'm going to Gamescom. So the question of the day, Brigade, is what games are you most excited to see that are going to be talked about, played, or announced at Gamescom? Because I want to get a hold of them. I want to play them and show them off for you guys on the channel. I'm lining up kind of interviews and play sessions and things like that now. Do we have the stone really to build a wall here? I'd rather not. I think temporarily it'd just be better to put a tower, but where do we want to put the tower? Here. We're gonna, then there's still a relatively wide area. Because I'm thinking of putting, I don't know how we want to do it. How's our happiness? Our happiness is incredibly low. Plague infections. We do have 1 hospital. And then there's a fire over here. Are there people to put it out? It's kind of far. I don't want to lose this. It's strange, dude. I swear there's an arsonist. And that makes me want to build a prison. I want to build a little mini island and put a prison on it. And all the arsonists can go over there. Because we don't want them in our kingdom or on our island. I think it might be time for a chamber of war. I would feel better with ballistas because they deal with dragons. Ooh, look at the library. I believe I have one. The happiness is 19. 19 out of 20 knowledge stored. This is a very, very good way of increasing happiness over time. It's kind of like one of those, like, you invest early, and then after a while, it starts to get rather happy because of all the knowledge you've been building up and storing. We could build a giant library, the Library of Alexandria. Alright, so yes, a chamber of war. This is a rather large structure. Do we want to make this our area? Our military area? This island is going to get very crowded, but it would make sense that becomes it. So, as a result, I think it would be wise to build a tower right here to protect, because if I was the Vikings right now, before this tower would be up, I'd land here, and then probably the next base would be here, actually. Yeah, this is rather weak. Rather, vulnerable, shall we say. And we're going to need to ramp up stone production. Let's go ahead and... Let's see, where do we want this road to go? We could go for that iron, but it seems to make more sense to go for this iron. And eventually, there's this really cool thing called the stone removal. It's kind of expensive and you need tools. So we're gonna need iron before we do that. Here's the lightning. Hopefully it doesn't catch anything on fire. Food is below. Look at that. Oh, I think I was looking at gold earlier. But yeah, so interesting. Orchards do not flood. I still think we need a little more food than just grain. in apple orchards. I would like that. But look at this. This is going up nicely. There are 5 workers. We've got no idle people. We actually may have had one person. Fear Joey. His name is Fear Joey. That might be the weirdest name of all time. He died of old age. He was a wise man. Spent a lot of his later days in the library. Now, where do we go, guys? What do we do? What do we focus on next? I think a mix of food and, I'm trying to figure out how to use, like, should I put... Oh, what is this? Chamber of War. Okay, good. We can we can train a new hero when we need to. What I'm going to do is I am going to build a manor. Let's see, where's the front door? Is that the front door? That is the front door. So if we rotate this, boop, boop. Huh. Oh, I hear a dragon. Oh, I hear a dragon indeed. Now, where do we want to put this bad boy? We've got to decide. All right, where's the dragon? Is it a big red one? It is not. It is one of the smaller orange ones. He's going to be pestered with arrows, but real talk. Remember when we had Dragon Killer Tower and it was the tallest tower in the kingdom? Look at that lightning. What scenic effects. We've got to do a bit of planning here, and I need to get rid of those rocks. I'm wondering if we should shut some of these cottages down. Yeah, these cottages are kind of not the best placed. And then if I move that... Wow. Did the lightning effects just get better, or have we never really looked at one until, like, point blank? But that storm... One could argue this is the biggest storm we've ever faced in our kingdom. Those beautiful lightning effects. Trying to decide how to plan this. Because I have to wreck a house in order to do it. So it's almost like we need a temporary... It's tricky. It is tricky. I could always just put one here. Look at this. This guy's taking so many arrows. Clearly, it's insufficient. However, we can now build a ballista. And I want one... Oh, man. I kind of want one there. Castle. Oh, yeah, dude. That's going to be our ballista, our dragon killer. They're burning the granary! Oh, he didn't catch it on fire. He's on fire. What the heck? A flaming dragon? Are you kidding me? I've never seen that before. Is that... I think that might be... I think that might be an error of sorts. Alright, so we're going to let this go. We're going to let this go. We got to put houses. Where do we want to put the houses? Where do we want to focus on the houses? I'm going to focus this... This should be houses, right? I need a manor. Right there could be good. Yep. And then what we could do is wreck both of these cottages to move them over. Because this is going to be a very densely populated spot. And I think if I put a road in the right spot, maybe here. A road here. No, I don't need the road there. I don't know, guys. Wait, I could fit one here. Then they have access to the road. Oh, I need to wreck this one. Yeah, I think I got it. I think I got it, guys. 28 peasants have taken ill. That is a problem. Let's see the speed at which this is going up. There are 5 out of 5 builders. This is good. One of my towers caught on fire. Do we have a... Oh, God. Do we have a well over here? There's the ocean. You can see them using the ocean as... Which I like that. I like that, like, they're not just standing right next to... Ooh, one peasant and a fire is claimed in Archer Tower. Well... Rubble. I don't know why I said rubber. Alright. Should we make this tower taller? We cannot. Well, it is a weak spot. This is an entirely weak spot in the wall. That area right there. Alright, this thing. And once this is done, we're at the fastest speed. I'm going to wreck this house and move it over. The cottage. And then put one section of road. It's gonna be kind of interesting. We're gonna pack these guys in pretty tightly. All right. I'm gonna have to demolish this once that is done. There we go. It's pretty much done now. Boop. Demolished. And I do want it back up, so then I've got my plan. And then we're gonna put a road here, like just one section of road, to give so I can put a manor here. And this guy's almost done, and that guy's almost done. All right, so we're going to have 148 beds. Probably 160 once that cottage is done. Our tower here is done. It is time. It is time. Actually, I think before we do that, we need to put a square. I really hope we don't get invaded, but I've got to start attracting people to town. Where do I want to put that? I can put it here. Yeah, you see how we're kind of limited in space? Like, it's a very, you know, you got to work with the confines of the island. Oh, that's interesting. We could put it here. Then we could get rid of that well. We could, you know what, I'm going to get rid of this well. And I'm going to put this. And then I'm going to put the well right next to it. Alright. Okay, we do have idle people, so it is time. What was I going to place here? What was I going to place? Oh yes, the ballista. The ballista will defend us from trolls and dragons. And actually, I'm going to put a tower here. So then it becomes a very well-defended area. And this ballista should have decent range. Let's see. Oh, its coverage is rather nice. Yeah, so if they landed, they could land trolls over here, but we could eventually put a ballista on that tower, and then we'd have pretty good coverage. And there's another fire. Who is burning the archer towers? You savages! And then how do we do this roads and stuff? I've got this random, you know, I don't even know, what do you want to call it? Eventually we're going to move this guy, and stone production is going to leave this city, I think. Oh, we actually have a stone, we have a closed stone quarry here. Interestingly enough, because we, moved it out here, and that was the logic at the time. It has been quite a moment since we have played Kingdoms and Castles. Now that we can attract more people, let's host a festival. We'll host a festival to, toast to our achievements here. And then eventually we've got to complete this wall, the Great Wall. So surround our island here, boys and girls. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. Why not? I hope they can't sneak in through that, because that would actually be really cool if they could not sneak in through that. This is definitely becoming our most defended area. But we've got good coverage. Everybody's working. Happiness isn't at an all-time high. You can see we're in version 105 R1S. I really 48 new people visited for the festival. That's fantastic. I'm really hoping that you know, the updates come, but that's the kind of the beauty of indie game studios is it's just a bunch of individuals who are passionate about what they're making. In most cases, and I feel like that's the same thing. So it's usually a smaller team. So while we're sitting here anxiously awaiting all these really cool updates that they kind of showed off on the Fig campaign, you know, I'm like, Chris Friels has died of old age. Rest in peace, Chris. What if you had like a cemetery or something like that? Oh, we're definitely gonna put farms over here. So that's definitely the place where I'm gonna expand to once this island is this shore first. That's why I guess I put those gates up. This is kind of just there as like, you know, future planning. Alright, so let's see. Should we start working on an army? Actually, you'd need quite a bit of supporting industry for that. 14 idle people. How's the food situation? Probably not the best. Should we start working on that? Chop that tree down. We could put a few farms over here. And have them run over here. I guess the granary, we could put a small granary right here. A closer granary, right? But would that really save them much? Because I don't want them to kill it, and then we lose it as a result. A Lord Levy. What does this do? Dude, this is, I don't know what this is, but it's pretty cool. Lord Levy. Oh my god, it's huge. He's got a deer. He's the king. There should be a Baron statue. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Baron. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Kingdoms and Castles. Now, in the last video I asked, if you want to see more, make sure to pull the trigger on the like button and let me know in the comments. And that video almost has 4,000 likes. It's almost at 100,000 views as well. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So if you want more, you guys know what to do. Support the series. Let it be known that you want more. And then it is more likely that there will be more. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video, and I hope your weekend is going well.